welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. We are joining you after a special report from ABC News. The news coming down is that Attorney General Merrick Garland is elevating David Weiss to be a special prosecutor in the case involving Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is the president's son, and there have been lots of questions about Hunter Biden's access to the White House and his associates. And so we're coming off of that. So we wanted to give you a transition. I know timing may be a little bit strange for the show today, but we're still here and we have a good show. So hey everybody.
Hey.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, glad to see you too. It's Friday too, ladies.
Woo. Listen,
we made it.
There's nothing like Friday than a little national news.
Yeah.
You know, to shake things up.
A lot of things happening.
Well, today is also the 50th anniversary of hip-hop in the United States of America.
Wow.
Yeah.
50 years. That's hard to believe.
50 years.
It's a little more fun than the national news we're hearing.
Right.
Slightly more fun. And so the mayor of Lexington has actually declared today Lexington Hip Hop Day and is recognizing many of the pioneers of hip hop in Lexington. Again, so hip hop is this creation that came about in the 70s, 1973 to be exactly. It originated in the Bronx borough of New York City by African Americans, Latinos, white folks, everybody who was living there. It's expressive, poetic, artistic art form that can be used to communicate political and cultural messages and messages about life using rhythms and music and using rhythmic phrases and drum beats. And it's funny, we kind of have a penchant for just breaking into song around here. And what I appreciate is that we have somebody in studio who will hit us with a beatbox and a beat like at any second. So I think that's amazing. So we have a little hip hop in our blood. And that made me want to talk about, ladies, what is your favorite hip-hop song? We've had 50 years to cultivate a favorite song. What is your favorite song? So my favorite song is Headlines by Drake. Okay, so this is my get hype song, get to it, get cracking song. You know, when I'm getting ready to do my makeup for the show, if I'm feeling low, and I'll put this song and Drake's, I might be too down on confidence, you know, it gets me hyped, and I'm like, yes, let's do the show. Lisa, what's your favorite hip-hop song?
Okay, so you know I'm old school when it comes to hip-hop. I can't keep up with these youngins. But my favorite is Salt and Pepper, Push It.
Yeah!
Push it. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. How can you not love that song? It's awesome.
Oh, Salt and Pepper's awesome.
Baby. Okay, that's funny.
Baby.
All right, so Susan, what's yours?
Okay, so Outkast, I'm the same with you, Lisa. Like, I go back. So Outkast, Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Oh, sorry, Miss Jackson.
I am for real. I make your daughter cry. I've apologized a trillion times.
Yes, that was a vibe. That was a hit.
So fresh and so clean. They had so many hits. I love Outkast.
Yes. Kim, what is your favorite hip hop
Not
song?
only am I old school, I am old. So y'all remember Young MC and Bust a Move?
Oh,
Remember? Yeah, I had to look
my
up the lyrics.
gosh.
She's dressed in yellow. She says hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow. You run over there without a second to lose, and what comes next? Hey, bust a move.
You want it, you got it. You want it, baby, you got it. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Well, we are
Kids out there are like, oh.
We are obviously not hip-hop stars, but that's the beauty of hip-hop. It is a very American music art form that has transcended class, race, culture, and it's got us in 2023 singing badly and rapping badly. So happy birthday, hip-hop. Happy birthday, hip-hop. So there's going to be a 50th celebration of hip-hop tonight in Lexington at the Lyric Theater, featuring local artists beginning at 8 p.m. And then rapper Lil Jon is going to be performing at EKU. There's going to be a big concert there welcoming back students. Like, back in my day, our welcome to campus was
We didn't get that.
Yeah, like here's a T-shirt.
Like the pep band is over.
Yeah. Here's a Frisbee.
Here's a credit card to ruin your life.
Yes, exactly. But you got a free T-shirt.
That's true.
They got Little John, like, okay.
EKU's doing well.
Like, literally, shoot. But anyways, I'm not going to be a hater. Congratulations to the EKU kids. I hope you guys
That's
enjoy
awesome.
It is.
Lil Jon tonight. So
Yeah.
mercy, mercy, mercy. All right, everybody. Well, that is the talk of the town. I can't wait to watch this back and see how ridiculous we get. This is going to be so fun. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, scientists say they may have located Barbie Land in real life.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Don't be impressed when you hear someone settle their case for what may seem like lots of money. $500,000 seems like lots of money until you learn they lost both legs, had a brain injury, or were paralyzed and can never work again. All law firms are not the same. To see what your case may be worth, go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts and settlements for cases just like yours. Look before you leap. Hire the right lawyer. Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Claritin provides non-drowsy symptom relief from over 200 indoor and outdoor allergens, day after day. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year with Claritin Clear.
What do you do when it's time to get the crew back together? You book it. And then you wine it, and then you dine it, and then you hike it. Whatever your reason, book direct at choicehotels.com.
After former Governor Matt Bevin attacked Kentucky teachers, Daniel Cameron stood behind him. When Bevin let murderers and sexual predators out of prison early, Cameron protected Bevin from a special prosecutor. Now Cameron's bringing back Bevin's ruthless health care plan, threatening to take away Medicaid coverage from nearly 100,000 Kentuckians, putting rural hospitals at risk. He won't stop following Bevin. Cameron can't lead Kentucky.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Roberts. We're here with the Let's Talk team. You know, I think one of the things that makes this show really fun is we are not afraid to poke fun at ourselves for being a little older, having a few more years, a little bit more knowledge and wisdom. And so during the break, we were singing like more hip hop songs that made us really happy. Lisa's over there like, ice. Baby. But then Susan goes, I had a mixtape with all of these songs on it. And it just made me think, like, these kids nowadays don't even know for real what a mixtape is.
They don't.
You record it off the radio, you hope the DJ's not talking at the beginning of the song.
Yeah, you
you
try
know?
to time it just right so you
Yes.
don't get the DJ, but just the song.
Exactly. And we used to have it was the same clock in the recorder clock. And you just have to run up to it, push the button, stop it. And then after like weeks, you would have your mixtape.
Yeah,
Weeks,
that's
though.
right.
It takes a while.
Casey's top 50, like the countdown.
Yes, always.
You just have to wait forever for number one.
And he talked a lot. He talked a lot, so you had to wait a long time. You're like sitting there like, okay.
So hip hop is 50. We're pretty close to it too.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, so it is time for the countdown conversation. This is part of the show where we talk about as many topics as we can in 6 minutes. I am super excited about this first one. Okay, so everybody except Kim's favorite astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, says that he's calculated where Barbie Land is. If you've seen the movie, you know that in order to get to Barbie Land, you've got to take a boat, a car, a spaceship, a snowmobile, a bicycle, a camper van, and then you have to end the trip on neon rollerblades. There's no other way to get there in the movie. But Neil deGrasse Tyson actually used math and physics to tell us realistically how to get there. And in a post shared on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, he said, here's his hypothesis. He says, based on the moon's orientation, It places Barbie World between 20 and 40 degrees north latitude on the Earth. The palm trees further constrain the latitude between 20 and 30 degrees. The sun and the moon rose and set over the ocean. So that leads him to believe that Barbie World lands somewhere in the Florida Keys. And you thought physics wasn't useful. Look at that.
There it is. I love it. I'm surprised it's not in the Bronx, you know?
Nope, those palm trees gave it away, Lisa.
No, I love it. I love that they were able to do that too. That's incredible. And you know what? I can see Barbie and Jimmy Buffett like hanging out in the Keys, you know? I can see this happening. Yeah, little coconut drinks, hanging out on the beach, watching the sunset.
Barbie could be a pair ahead.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
I mean, I was hoping it was going to be more like, you know, Central America, Guatemala, something very colorful, you know. But it's Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Sounds good.
You go to the Florida Keys and there's so much color though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pink.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pink at the Florida Keys, so I kind of see it. You know what? I think Barbie was created there.
Maybe.
That's where she came from.
Well, you know, all jokes aside, I really love how Neil deGrasse Tyson makes science accessible for everyday people. And here's my thing. Everybody's talking about Barbie. Nobody is talking about the origins of the universe by way of physics. So how do you get people to think about string theory and the God particle, talk about it while talking about Barbie?
Yeah.
Genius.
Love it.
All right, up next, lady problems. So the uterus is one of the most important organs in a woman's body. It protects us, it helps us, and it helps us develop a baby if we are able, but it has lots of other important functions. Unfortunately, the uterus can become prone to problems like uterine fibroids, uterine cancer, so many other things. And when this happens, your entire life gets wrapped upside down, I can tell you. Pain, heavy bleeding, frequent urination, constipation, infertility, you know, sexual dysfunction, nausea, tiredness. And we don't talk about this enough. I actually had a tumor on my ovary about 5 years ago, and I had all the symptoms that I just listed, and I just thought I was just tired because nobody had talked about this. It was only after it was found, I went to the doctor and I started talking to people like, hey, I've got a tumor, and they were like, oh my God, me too. I have fibroids. Oh my God, me too. And it was like, why aren't we talking more to each other about this? Because we just think we're tired or having a bad month, and we've got something going on in there.
Yeah.
It's scary. I had cervical dysplasia. That means where the cells are growing abnormally. And when that goes unchecked, it eventually leads to cervical cancer. I had for probably about 4 years, my yearly exam showed that I had some dysplasia, and I was just told, don't worry about it, it's okay, it happens, it gets better. 4 years later, I decided I have to switch doctors. Something's not right. It's getting worse. I was about 3 months away from cervical cancer.
Wow.
They had to do 2 procedures that would have, had I ever gotten pregnant, I would have had to go on bed rest, have a stitch, that kind of thing. So I think that we should all be talking about these things. Even if we're not experiencing, find out what everyone else is going through.
Yeah.
It's so important, and I've said this a million times, if you don't like the results of what your doctor is doing, you can fire your doctor. There is no shame in that.
And go to another.
Go to another. Find someone else until you're comfortable and satisfied with the care you're getting.
Yeah. We definitely need to be talking about our issues more with each other, and I love this show just for this fact alone. So, but yeah, the thing too, I think a lot of times we see all these, we're having these issues, and we just ignore it. We think, it's like we don't want to face the truth sometimes, and that scares me. I've seen it in real life with friends, family, the whole bit. So it's really important to talk about it, talk to your doctor about it, and get on the front side of it. Be proactive, you know, be a little paranoid. It's okay, you know?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, the cool thing about it is that I've not experienced any of these particular issues that we're speaking about today, but if I ever do, we just had this conversation, and I will be more aware, you know, to go and talk to my doctor about something like this. So thank you for sharing with.
Of course, and I mean, that's really why I wanted to talk about it, because I don't want someone to be like me and really be sick for almost 3 years. By the time they took the tumor out, it was the size of a tennis ball, and it was on my ovary. So my ovary was the size of an almond. So tennis ball on an almond, that doesn't go together. So really, hopefully, if you're having some issues in this area or any of the symptoms that we talked about, please go talk to your doctor and get tested, because your annual exam may not pick this up.
That's right.
You may need some extra, little bit more invasive tests to find out. So, yeah.
Yes.
Whew, okay, we've got 20 seconds. We're not gonna be able to talk about 10,000 steps, but that's okay because I really did want to talk about that other issue. We can talk about 10,000 steps on Monday, but this show is about women.
Yes.
Our issues, our health, the things that matter. They are not talking about this on ESPN, I can promise you. So,
and this gives women hope too. Those that have issues that think, oh my gosh, am I going to be infertile because of this? Actually, it can give them hope too. That you know what, you can get beyond this and have children. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love you guys.
I love you too. Oh my goodness, we get so emotional so easy on here. All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, guess what today is? It's August 11th, 8/11 Day. Our next guest will explain what that means.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
We open up the ET Vault to celebrate 50 years of hip-hop.
Watch ET because it's ready to rock.
Your favorite artists then and now.
I was 9 years old when I began rapping.
Really? Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Shark Summer is back at Newport Aquarium. See dozens of sharks, dare to cross Shark Bridge, and visit the Shark Nursery. Touch sharks and a millions of years old megalodon tooth. Save with advanced tickets at NewportAquarium.com.
Right now, Sonic's small hand-mixed shakes are $1.99 all day. It sells itself, so I'll just list flavors in my sexy voice.
Chocolate, strawberry, peanut butter.
$1.99 small classic shakes all day at Sonic.
K-A-T-S, Cats, Cats, Cats.
I'm Marty Casey with Cats Heating and Cooling. If your system stops cooling your home this summer, remember to call Cats for 24-hour emergency service. We know emergencies just don't happen during business hours. Cats will keep your system running smoothly, keeping you comfortable all year long. When you need us, we're just a phone call away any time of day. Cats proudly carries day and night HVAC systems.
K-A-T-S, Cats, Cats, Cats.
Visit online or call today to schedule your free appointment.
If you've ever wished you could take buffalo chicken dip wherever you go, today's your lucky day, because Sonic stuffed it in a crispy portable bite. Now wish for something else, like more hands to hold your bites. Sonic $2.99 buffalo chicken dip bites.
Newport Aquarium memberships give you unlimited visits for a full year. Get insider access to new animals, exhibits, and events like Shark Summer and the return of mermaids this fall. Join the adventure today at NewportAquarium.com.
I have to play a game. I got to manipulate everything. You said I don't believe anything she's saying.
Saying I love you is not going to turn around the situation.
I said I love you prior to that.
No, you did not.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. Today is 8/11, August 11th. Today is Call Before You Dig Day. This is something that we're all reminded of throughout the year when we want to do a little project. And we've got a little video that's really, really cute that reminds you why.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Might want to pick up your phone before you pick that up. You hit a gas line with that, and it's going to cost you. Call 811 or go online before you dig. One call, that's all. And it's the law.
That last part, and it's the law.
By the way.
Joining us at the table is Jamie Gaddis from Kentucky 811. Welcome to
Welcome to the table, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
I love when people get their branding right. You know, that's such a thing. And so you all called me like a month ago, like, 811 is coming up. Can we come on 811? And I was like, yes. Because calling before you dig actually is super duper important because there's all these like hidden mysteries under the ground.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's amazing.
And it's worst case scenario if you don't call first. Explain why.
So, you know, our organization is dedicated to just ensuring that people are educated on why we should dig, which a lot of people think that it has to be a large project or something, but if you're going to dig in your yard, if you're going to plant a tree, if you're putting up a new mailbox, you never know what's underneath the ground. And so the most important reason is it's for safety. So if you get in there and you hit a gas line, I mean, that's the most dangerous thing that you can hit. Not only can you cut the gas and, you know, it's inconvenient and this and that, but it actually can cause a loss of life. So a lot of people don't think about that because if you hit it the wrong, then an explosion.
Yeah.
So so that's why I think we are trying to really drive home the message more so now, because things are growing and there's so much digging and there's so much construction around, and a lot of people think it does have to be just a large project, and it doesn't. So that's really what we are trying to drive home, that message, and it takes no time to call. You do have to prepare in advance because the locators need at least 2 days to go out and locate the lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up to something you just said, because me and Susan were over here like, explosion.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Right. So how do we even know if you've hit the gas line? Because obviously we know that gas can trigger, sparks. If you're digging, the spark and the gas, and that can cause an immediate explosion.
Right.
So can you explain,
have we seen this? Have we seen an explosion?
Does this happen often?
As far as an actual fire explosion, you won't see it. It's not something that happens. It does happen. It's one of those things that, it's not like a big, huge fire explosion like that. Most of the time, that can happen. A lot of the time, it's just, you'll see like air going up, and you'll see something blowing, and there's a smell.
Well, and if you're smoking a cigarette and digging at the same time, which can happen, that could be a serious situation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things that people don't think about. And not only that part, if you hit a water line, and you're in a subdivision, your whole subdivision may not have water. Or if you're close to a hospital, part of the hospital may not have water. Or if you dig and you hit a fiber line, well then you're out of internet.
Oh my God. Now that is something we can live without water. We can live without gas. We cannot live without the internet.
Yeah.
So, And
now a lot of companies have, even their phones are web-based.
Yeah.
So there's no phones. There's no, everybody's like, oh, I'll use my cell phone. Well, maybe.
Okay, so what if I do ignore everything that the commercial was just saying, and I'm out there digging in my yard, and I hit a utility line? What do I do next?
You need to report it. Number one thing that's the most important that anybody can do is report the damage. A lot of people don't realize that it's a whole thing to come out and report and to fix something and to repair something. So reporting the damages is the number one thing that anybody can do. But the biggest thing is if you don't call, you may be looking at some fines and having to pay for those, damages. And if you shut a business down because you live down the street or something, and you know what I mean?
Yes,
so it can potentially grow really, really fast. And that's what we want to keep from. Let's not worry about that part. Call first.
So let's say that I'm doing some yard work. I'm planting a garden, and seriously, like in my front yard, planting some trees or shrubs. Do I need to call for those? I do. Even a garden?
Yes. Gotcha. Anytime that you're going under the dirt, you need to call.
Oh, that's
because you want to be safe and sorry.
And
it's better
sometimes those MetroNet lines are buried like this deep.
Yes. I actually see some of my cable lines.
Yes.
They're orange, and you can see them coming up out of the dirt. They didn't bury it deep enough.
Exactly.
So I actually can tell from
And that's the thing, like if you bought a new house and you don't know where your lines are, you just never know.
So, we like to end every interview by telling folks, what's your phone number? What's your website? This one, it's in the name. It's 811. So, Jamie Gaddis, thank you so much for being here to tell us all about you.
I really appreciate you all.
Thank you. Everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about our poll question. Spicy.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
Everybody knows that for over 20 years, North Broadway Auto Sales has been the best place to buy a used car. You know the slogan, at North Broadway Auto, everybody rides. But what you may not know is North Broadway Auto Sales also buys cars. If you have a car, truck, van, or SUV and it's in running condition, we want to buy it. Any automobile, any make, any model, any year, any color. At North Broadway Auto Sales, if it runs, we want it. On New Circle Road, North Broadway Auto Sales, 293-2353.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shucks' Bow Tie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer.
Save the date, September 23rd, for the I Know Expo in Lexington. Visit iknowexpo.org.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We want to wrap up with our poll question. We now know the trial date for President Trump to face charges related to trying to overturn the elections of the 2020, overturn the results of the 2020 election, allegedly. That's what he's been accused of. So the trial date has been set for the first week in January, and that's exactly when Republican voters will go to the polls to choose their nominee for the Republican presidential race. So it's a whole thing. It's happening at the same time. So our poll question of the day is do you think, will President Trump's criminal trial hurt his chances in the 2024 GOP primary? Go to WTVQ.com/vote. It'll be up all day. We want to hear from you on this one. And we like to end the show by highlighting a woman we're talking about. Today's woman is Sherry Estel. She's the Director for Community Engagement at The Nest. She previously worked in the corporate sector for 17 years, specializing in management, coaching, and development of employees. She has taught adult literacy classes, welfare to work programs, and was her company's coordinator and mentor for at-risk high school students. Sherry Estel, you are a woman worth talking about.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for your work. Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all, you can nominate one we're talking about on our website, WTVQ.com. Go to the Let's Talk page. Click on the link that says nominate. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
There's all kinds of amazing women out there.
There really are. And I mean, it can be anybody. It can be your grandmother, your aunt,
Your neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbor. I mean, it's just.
And you
it's
don't
just
have to
a
write
fun
a
thing.
book about them. Just give us something cool.
Tell us why they're awesome.
Yeah.
Birthdays, anniversaries.
They make great cookies.
Yes. All of the above.
It all goes back to cookies.
Thanks everybody for watching. Happy 50th birthday, hip hop.
Yeah.